Hello everybody. Today we'll look at a seemingly very complicated topic called secondary dominant. So this is an introduction to the topic. In secondary dominant, we are always looking for or creating 5 ones, whether that's in major or minor. Alright, so it can be a 5 to 1 major or a 5-1 minor. Alright. So we'll get to that in a minute. One way to put it is we are looking for or creating a key center within another key center. Another way to put it yet is a chord progression within a chord progression. So let's just take a look at a few examples and you will understand very quickly. So let's take a look here. Alright, these 3 short chord progressions, nothing fancy, right? So the first one is just a 5, 1 in C major, right? So 5, 1 major. The next one, okay, the 7th. Next one is a 5 dominant 7 to A minor, so that's just a 1 minor. You can use try here, so just a 5 would also suffice, alright, but I'm sticking to dominant 7 chord here. And the last one is also just a 5, 1, right? A 5, 7, dominant 7 to 1 minor, but in D minor. Alright, so D minor, A minor, C, but these are all 5 ones in their respective keys, right? So nothing fancy here. It should be a piece of cake for you to determine the chord qualities, the Roman numerals here. Alright, let's take a look at this chord progression here. C, A minor, D minor, G7, and C. And this one should be also easy for you. So you have 1 chord here, 6 minor. You have D minor, G7, C, so that should be a 6, 2 minor, 5 dominant 7, and then a 1 minor, 1 major. Alright? So what we can do is we can create mini 5 ones within this chord progression. So the G dominant 7th chord here is actually the primary dominant, the big boss. Alright? And we can find secondary dominants elsewhere. So for example, we have this A minor chord here. We can add its 5 chord. So coming back up here, A minor, the 5 would be E dominant 7. So we can actually add E7 right before the A minor. And that way we are creating a mini 5-1 here, right? You can do the same thing to the D minor 7. So if we come back here, D minor, the 5 of D minor would be A dominant 7. So we can put A dominant 7 right before D minor. And then we are creating a mini 5-1 here. So that's why earlier I said a chord progression within a larger chord progression, a key center within another key center. And that's what we're talking about here. We have C major as our sort of like a global key center. And then we have these local smaller key centers. For example, here we are temporarily, momentarily in A minor, and then here we're in D minor momentarily. So usually on a jazz chart, it will look something like this. So this is the same, almost the same chord progression, but with secondary dominants. So C, going to A minor, and before you go to the A minor, you can add an E7 and an E7 right before the A minor. So 2 beats C major, 2 beats E7, and that way you're momentarily in A minor. Alright. And for D minor, you can add an A dominant 7 here, so 2 beats A minor, and then you can switch to 2 beats of A dominant 7, and then you're temporarily in D minor. And we're going to keep G7 here, going back to C, so that's our 5-1, our big boss 5. Going to 1, our big boss 1. So in this case, you are temporarily in A minor, so your A minor is actually temporarily your 1. And in this case, you have D minor as your temporary 1. Alright, so you have this mini chord progression, here within a larger chord progression in C major. Alright, so that's an introduction. Hopefully everything makes sense. In the next video, we're going to work out some more examples to help you solidify the new concept. Alright, so I will see you there.